Hey YouTube, I am so glad to be back. This is your girl, LA, your author, writer, fellow book lover. I've just let life get the best of me. A lot has been going on in my world. I am still diligently working on the edits of my new manuscript that, God willing, I will be publishing that book by the end of summer. May even finally have my release date. Really, Pepper? Really? Come here. Come on, Pep. She's coming. Oh, this dog. Can you believe she just did that? Just trying to get my little video together and tell you if it's not the spouse or the kid, it's the dog. The dog is normally quiet, but today she decided to make some noise. But anyway, as I was stating, I've just been busy writing, editing, going through this publication process to get my book to my readers who have been very, very patient with me. I love them so much. If you are one of them, thank you for your patience. Sometimes it's the path that you're on. Sometimes you think you want the other path, but it's a good reason why you are on the path that you're on, that it's probably more suited for your life. Because I say if I, had submitted my book for publication, like at a Simon and Schuster, they might have been done with me. Like, look, lady, you are not moving fast enough, so we're moving on. So being a self-published author, I do like that I am in total control over my process. Sometimes I do want that backing, and I hope to one day get that. But right now, it's not the time for me, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, I wanted to talk today. I've been doing a lot of, in addition, to the work that I've been doing writing wise, I've also been doing a lot of reading. And a couple days ago, I came across a couple of books that when I saw them, it was like, how long is it going to take me to read these books? Like, why is this? Am I going to finish these books? Was the thought that I found myself having. And it's not like reading like a fiction book. I've come across very few fiction books that I haven't been able to read. Usually I pick pretty good books. And I mean, in my 25, 30 years of reading, I could probably only have a handful of books, if any, maybe one or two, that I just didn't like, couldn't finish. But I found that when I'm reading, Pepper, that when I'm reading my nonfiction, even though they're very good books and interesting books, they are the ones that I find myself not being able to read from cover to cover. So I have actually shown you guys these books before, but not because I couldn't read the books, but I was just showcasing, probably what I was reading that month or that week or what have you. So I don't know if it'll come as a surprise to you or not. But the first book I'm going to show you is a book that a pastor at my church gave me, A Marriage Without Regrets by Kay Arthur. The book is very, very good. I would recommend this book to anyone who is married and wants a marriage without regrets, because sometimes we get married and the people, who we marry, we love those people, but when we get in the marriage and are going through things that happen in marriage, you sometimes feel like, did I choose the wrong mate? Maybe I made a mistake. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. So this book kind of, talks about different things that married people encounter and how you can have a marriage without regrets. So I'm enjoying it. It's actually worked wonders in my marriage. And one of my top reasons for really wanting to finish this book is so I can pass it on and allow this book to be a blessing to someone else. And also, there was a a study book or a work guide that came with this book that I may even go back and start reading the chapter by chapter and go through the study guide. And maybe that will help me get further along and get done with this book so I can pass it on. So that's book number 1, Marriage Without Regrets, that I hope to finish reading in the year 2016. Second book, Fervent, also of a spiritual nature. Usually the nonfiction books that I read, if you haven't been able to tell, are Christian. That's the subject of the book, some form of Christian living principle. That's very important to me. So this book, Fervent, was written by the actress in the movie War Room. And, War Room was about a woman learning how to strategically pray for her marriage and for her husband and allowing God to deal with her husband in a way that she was not able to. But her her weapon in that battle was prayer, being on her knees and the word of God. And I really liked the book, but because Priscilla Shirer, and here's her picture, Priscilla Shirer is such a phenomenal speaker. I love listening to her podcast or her videos on YouTube. And I think I just would prefer to hear this book as opposed to reading it. And I was also, interestingly enough, I have a subscription with Audible Books. I was about to use one of my credits to purchase that, but I said, no, you've already got the book, just finish reading the book. But I may get that to be in my collection, because once I finish reading this, God willing, we finish this also 2016. I probably would want to continue to get fed that information and keep that going. So having it in Audible would be a great resource. So possibly. So that is book 2 that I am wondering when I'm going to finish this book, because I started both of those books well beyond 6 months ago. And the last book that I'm going to show you is Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. Isn't that just a pretty cover? I just think that's an adorable cover. And it also looks a lot like something, with her, the way she looks, the cover kind of matches what she kind of gives off just in her appearance, I think. But anyway, I started this book back in December of 2015 when I was on vacation. Now that I'm thinking about it, was it before that? It might have been 2014. But I was so into this book, and I really was enjoying her writing style and the backstory of what even led her on this journey of self-discovery and whatnot. And I really was liking it. But, it's like once I got back to work, I just didn't have enough quiet time to sit and read and reflect and, have my mind open to it. Because the book, it kind of requires that. It's not a book that you can read, or for me at least, that I could read while I'm sitting, and my family's all around, or, reading it real quick, because it's like once you start reading a passage, I want to keep going. So I'm hoping that my plan with these 3 books, when I'm off work, I'm having some foot surgery in the next few weeks. I'm hoping that while I'm off, that not only will I finish up what I need to do for my manuscript, that I will also get these books done, even though I'm not going to tell you that I kind of have some other books that I'm thinking I want to read. Sometimes I set my bar so high as to what I'm going to do, so it's like, okay, you probably aren't going to be able to get all of this done, but there's nothing wrong with having good intentions. But finishing these 3 books is definitely something I would like to do, in addition to everything else. So let me know, do you guys sometimes you struggle with a particular genre of books that you do enjoy reading, but they're just not something that you get through very fast. Is that something just typical with nonfiction books where you can kind of read a chapter here or there and it can take you a while? Because I mean, I'm normally a fiction reader, so usually when I'm reading an intriguing story, I'm gonna be done with that book in, a matter of 2 weeks. I mean, with the way my life is going now, sometimes it may be a month, but I'm like kind of like steadily reading it. I don't read it and then put it away. That just doesn't happen. So anyway, let me know what's going on with you. What are you reading? What are your reading challenges? I'm really interested in dialoguing with you, and maybe knowing that I'm not alone with having books like these that I love, I'm enjoying, but just can't seem to get all the way through it. Let's see, Eat, Pray, Love. I'm halfway through it. It is 330 pages, it looks like, and I'm like on 167. So we'll see. Till the next video, be safe, keep reading, and I'll be in touch.